everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today is Saturday, July the 29th, and I've got under 2,000 steps right now, and maybe I'm not coming across as chipper and cheerful as you've expected of me. Gave me his hand, told me he'd love me as long as he can. At first I avoided each time that he'd ask the simplest question with each tiny task. Have you decided where you want to go? He got quite impatient, said you've got to choose. It's only a spirit that you're gonna lose. My time ran out quickly, I couldn't believe, but what I had said, I didn't deceive. Have you decided where you want to go? I said to the devil, I'm staying right here. It's probably better if you disappear. The devil got angry and struck at my head. If I hadn't moved, I'd surely be dead. Have you decided where you want to go? I said, don't you touch me, protected by God. And that young sweet devil just gave me a nod. The devil moved on, she went on her way, and still I am wary to this very day. Have you decided where you want to go? Devil is tricky, he's dealing in harm. To show up his beauty is part of her charm. Have you decided where you want to go? Have you decided? Do you even know? So there you have it. Do you even know? Have you decided where you want to go? I came up with this song quite some time ago. I spent the past 2 days trying to find a picture that a friend of mine had sent me. It's a picture where another friend was urinating on or very close to urinating on my tent. And I know that at some points in time, we might have considered these types of actions humorous, these childish things that we do. We might have considered these actions humorous. And I tend to find a lot of sickening feelings the more that I think back on the friendships that I've established or had established as my former self. And it's not sickening because of the things that these people did. It's sickening that I couldn't help to bring about some kind of a change in approach. Our approaches have been unsuccessful when it comes to the maintaining of and safeguarding of humanity. The people who we've employed as leaders in these positions, they're barely able to stand on their own. And you know what? I know the feeling. Today, I'm not feeling well. I'm feeling really bad, actually. And if I were able to accomplish my 10,000 steps for the day, this will be the 13th day in a row that I've done that. Last night, I woke up almost, 10 times. I was going to say a dozen. And in some cases, I would wake up and stay awake, in one case, for an hour and then some. And some of these things have only happened out of the spiritual realm, is all I can say. Because prior to this, for a few nights in a row, I was able to only wake up 2 times per night. My attacks that I was under were not as challenging. Recently, someone asked how I was doing, and I said I had these unusual health anomalies that kept occurring. I've described these to all of my closest associates, and I've described this for some time, and some people really do take action to try to help to mitigate these days where I'm not feeling great, and trade them for days where we're healthy. To bring about a healthy change in oneself takes self-control. As many people know, I have a moderate amount of self-control. I can accomplish many things that I set out to accomplish. The only thing that will keep me from accomplishing something that I want to accomplish is time. If I don't have time, if I run out of time and energy, time, money, energy, if I run out of these things, there's a conflict. It's a conflict of interest. Which do I place my cards on if I were investing in wealth long term? Rest, continued effort. What if we could do all of that by doing something that in many books of text are referenced as fasting and prayer? What if we could do all of that in a manner that was known maybe more generally as meditation and going without? What if we could do all of those things? And what if the pools of energy that we were sharing among our fellowship were trying to do the same thing, so that we weren't starving ourselves out of the depleted oceans already, so that we were trying to help each other to stir the pot? At some point in time, I wanted to show off my guitars, like a show and tell. And when I say show off, I don't mean like in a brash way, hey, I'm going to show off. You can tell my skills are mediocre, but I have fun doing what I'm doing. I have fun doing what I'm doing. This is a 1976 Gibson Firebird. This guitar is the same year as I am. I'm a 1976. This guitar is a 1976. At some point I wanted to show off these guitars, and so I'm going to start with this one. This is a 1976. To my knowledge, right off the bat, this is my oldest electric guitar. I think it's amazing. And the last thing I want to do is to mess it up. So I've tried my best to learn on these instruments without being destructive. I've tried to remain vigilant when it comes to my focus. and what it is that I'm doing when I'm attending to these instruments. And then I recognized that my own self needed some fine tuning. And so as I went out about doing that, I showed. There was a cat up the road who talked about a 7-day vegan challenge. It really works. For some of us who have done it before, it may be that you now have to do a 14 or a 21 day or a 28 day. You might have to do a longer vegan challenge to regain your health. For some of us, if we've never put in the physical activity, we have an opportunity to do something transformative that just comes naturally. And for some of us who have never done either of those two things, if we only knew, if our fathers had taught us the ability to go without and stop just picking conveniences, like for an example, eating meals many times per day, that wasn't natural, especially in times like we're facing right now in my area of the nation, where the continuous 100+ degree days has been taking a toll on everything, even the ability to just live. Imagine how difficult it is for the animals if you're struggling to do something just from the brief temporary short span of walking from one vehicle to another air-conditioned area. Imagine if we need to put on some kind of appropriate attire just to get from one location to another location because we can't tolerate those things. Imagine what the animals must be going through with all of their additional fur and feathers and lack of air conditioning. And also, to a degree, a great depletion of our natural resources. Imagine if we had an opportunity, if we were presented with an option. That's what that song that I just played for you is about. I met with the devil. He gave me his hand. Told me he'd love me as long as he can. At first I avoided each time that he'd ask the simplest question with each shiny task. Have you decided where you want to go? I had a lot of fun with that song, so much that I started thinking it could be a blues song. Do we listen to the blues anymore? It could be a rock song. Mostly, it's a song about peace. When you decide to make a trajectory change, all of your actions are included in those alignments. The big thing is what we're able to choose from in these pools is handed to us by our fathers. And whether we respect those opportunities or not is the ultimate outcome of the fruit that we're going to bear. Now for me, I can bear the pain of going through these circumstances where for whatever reason, when I attempt to have these communications with some people, I'm simply met with resistance. That's fine. What's not fine is for us to have ill intent towards one another. When we have ill intent towards one another, we can notice little fluctuations, real slight perceptions in the system around us. In this system, on the platform that you're using with me, you've seen my viewership of subscribers keep hitting these little plateaus. The most recent plateau was 400 subscribers. And if you look immediately, like right now, the moment this is aired, there might be 2 less subscribers. Sometimes I wonder if that was the person pissing on my tent and the person taking a picture of that action. Sometimes I wonder if our friendships can cause us an illness that we have to release into the system, that we have to figure out how to course correct for, like all the bottle caps that are strewn about in the very neighborhood where I'm at. All of these things are things that we brought upon ourselves for the convenience of it, for bringing those smiles to one another. What if we also discuss the cost that some of these things are causing our future generations? I wonder if we could figure out a way to resonate these ideas with one another, if we'd be able to have a little bit more fun cleaning up our own acts. I hope this show makes sense. This is, again, a 1976 Gibson Firebird. I'm going to do what I can to show you the guitar like I've always done. Somewhere, it's probably already been shown somewhere in this video. I really don't know. What I do know is that whether it's a newborn or a 46-year-old guitar, the way that we handle it is the way that it's going to resonate throughout the span of its own lifetime, and maybe beyond, for that matter, depending on how those energies and frequencies are received, perceived, and believed among one another. So, until next time, thank you so much for watching. Again, peace, love, and all that old school stuff.